viewers, welcome my live show today. Today I'm actually live. Many of you have seen me live to publish a small video, a small clip, update on immigration, family law, and different area of legal aspect. But today is actual live means you can speak with me. If you have any question relating to immigration, family law, any commercial lease dispute, commercial lease, or wills, probate, or any aspect of legal law, you can call me at the studio. The number appear on the screen, 0203 7879200, and I will give your answer. Viewers, in this live video, this is I'll speak about primarily a couple of recent development on asylum, especially for Bangladesh country report, asylum, humanitarian law, humanitarian protection claim, human rights claim, private and family life, compelling and compassionate circumstance. Also, I'll speak about some aspect of family law if time allowed me. Let me go through to the first things about human rights law, because many of our viewers talk about human rights law and asylum. But first thing I want to address is human rights law. I'll not go to that depth, but I would like to the basic requirement of private life in the UK. So if many people, it's called FLRFP application, which was very popular in a time, but now I've seen the asylum is a choice for many people if they are eligible. But in terms of private and family life, under which circumstance someone can private life under Article 8 of Human Rights Act or European Convention on Human Rights. Now, private and family law, firstly, is a two aspect which you need to understand. Asylum and human rights, humanitarian protection is two different regime. Now, human rights claim, someone can claim under the statute, which is Human Rights Act 1998, and under the European Convention on Human Rights. So majority claim of asylum claim is primarily based on private and family life law, majority human rights claim. Now, if someone just claim that I have a human rights, private and family life, this is not to be the case, because the law frame under which circumstance someone claim private life and under which circumstance someone claim a family life. Family life, basically, when you have established a relationship with your family member, means your children, you have a partner, you have wives, and certain circumstance, also you can claim family life under Article 8 with distant relatives, when you establish a strong bond with your relatives, such as your brother, sister, or grandmother, or grandparents, or other siblings. There is a case law which came from Supreme Court that a brother look after another brother. Also, the court find there is a strong family bond, and Article 8 was engaged. So it depends on case to case, and always when you make a claim, whether you claim asylum or humanitarian protection or human rights claim, the first things is you need to provide strong, solid evidence. Without evidence, it is difficult for you and for a lawyer establish the claim. So for myself, when I assess a claim, I always advise documentary evidence. Such as if you're looking after your grandmother, then of course, first things you need to do, you need to go to GP, tell the GP that I'm looking after my grandmother. You should, the person on primary contact, your name, your phone number, your email should be at the GP. And later, so for example, when you come to me, this is the first evidence. You need to get a letter from the GP that you are the person who looking after, and you need to establish a strong bond. And a situation like this, that if you require to go back your home country, that grandmother will require to go back, because her dependency is like that way that she can't live without your help. And this is the case where I think it's a Zambrano case. It's a European case, although the same principle follow in the UK. The Zambrano case, exactly the same principle. It's a children and parents relation, but in any case, this has still the value in UK. So this is how we need to establish evidence. So this is for only one example, a letter from GP I have said. But when you claim a human rights claim, the evidence should be like that. So this is my first advice, that if you are thinking to claim a human rights claim or asylum claim, first things you need to do is speak to a lawyer in advance. So prepare yourself to establish your claim, because in the UK, if you go to a judge, if you go to a home office or interview, evidence is the first place. Without evidence, those whose asylum has been refused, if you read the refusal letter, is the primary reason is credibility. Main reason, 90% refusal letter I have seen is credibility. And how you can establish yourself credible is what you are saying, provide evidence. So this is the first thing I would like to advise. Now let me go to the private life. So this is the family life. You need to provide evidence of your relationship and dependency. Well, relationship, strong bond. Now, Article 8 also you need to bear in mind that private and family life is a conditional right. Home Office may breach this right if they're in proportionate grounds. So, for example, public interest. So if someone involved in criminal activities, then less criminal in the street is public safety, so they can refuse your Article 8 even though you have a children. So this is you have to bear in mind, that if you just establish, if you are a partner or if you have a child, you can't absolutely claim the article. Other article like right to life, Article 3, freedom of torture, these are absolute rights. So under any circumstance, Home Office can't breach. If someone face death penalty upon return of their home country, Home Office can't deport someone. So if you remember, Abu Qatada is long before a case, they get guarantee from the Qatar that he will not be sentenced to death. So this is how the conditional human rights and absolute rights. So Article 8. So this is put it one side, the family life. Let me discuss about the private life. What is private life? As I said, Article 8, private and family life, two different aspects. Now you can claim both private life and family life at a time, or you can, if it is not your circumstance suggest, it can be a different. So private life, what is private life? Well, firstly, someone claim private life in any circumstance, but immigration rules fixed under which circumstance you can claim private life. Now, for 5 circumstances. Number 1, if a child under 18 years, irrespective of where he or she born, if he spent 7 years in the UK, this child can claim private life in the UK, leave to remain on the basis of private life. This is the first ground. Number 2, if someone in the age between 18 to 24 years, and if he or she spend half of their life in the UK, then again the child, he or she can claim private leave to remain on the basis of private life. And the fourth ground is if someone spend any time under 20, if someone let me put this ground first. If someone spent 20 years in the UK, then he or she can claim private life in the UK, leave to remain on the basis of private life. Now, many people do this mistake, and I'm dealing a lot of application and issue with the Home Office is 20 years. When you claim that I'm in the UK for 20 years and you are relying on your NT clearance, the Home Office is not satisfied. They are not happy. That they don't like it. That's just your claim asylum. Although even you are genuinely in the UK for 20 years, what they expect from the applicant is you need to provide evidence of your 20 years residence. So what I will suggest you, when you are thinking to make a claim for 20 years, you must gather evidence. You must keep this evidence. You must get this information from people, from friends, family, mosque. At least the mosque know you. So what the Home Office want? Home Office, well, their expectation is very high, even though they make a law that you can't be open a bank account, you can't get rent a house from landlord, but they want to expect your proof of address for last 20 years, council tax bills, utility bills, so many things, so many stuff they are expecting from you. This is what is their expectation. However, it is not possible for a person, an undocumented migrant. So what you need to do, at least gather evidence from different people, from different community, from churches, letters from friends, family, the person, at least, you can provide the last 20 years a landlord, a letter from all the landlord, whoever you stay, wherever you are. So try to get, if you have GP hospital, unfortunately many people doesn't, but if you have these correspondence, get GP record, pay £40 or something to your GP and get this information. So you need to provide 20 ones. I'm touching all the criteria briefly. So anyway, so 20 years evidence you need to provide to claim. And the fourth ground is, if you are living in the UK less than 20 years. This is even if you can claim by 1 year. If you spend 1 year or 2 years or 5 years or 19 years, but less than 20 years. And if you can establish that on return of your home country, you will face significant obstacle. You can claim private life. So if you irrespective of how many days, how many years you are living in the UK, as soon as you satisfy the caseworker that you will face significant obstacle on return of your home country. What is significant obstacle? The obstacle which you can't overcome. Let me take a caller from then see. I'll come back. Yeah, hello viewers, please welcome to your first caller. Can you mute your live and then speak with me? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Can you off your live TV or live broadcast and then speak with me?
Yes, it's mute now. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, loud and clear.
Thank you. So I have a question actually. I'm just calling on behalf of one of my relatives, and she came as a care worker in UK. Then she had to apply to asylum, but she want to switch back to work permit. So I just want to know, is it possible? How does it work?
Thank you. You can drop your call and continue watch me. Then you'll get your answer. Okay. Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for your call, ma'am. The question, my understanding is, someone came in the UK as a care worker, and now he or she claim asylum. And the question is, he or she got an opportunity to switch to work permit. Now, can she do it? Well, those who are in asylum, their switching to work permit depend on the circumstance of when they claim asylum. If they claim asylum when they had valid leave to remain, they can switch to asylum, switch to work permit at any point before the Home Office make a decision. So because your Section 3C leave is continue, you are in still care worker visa, presumably according to law, and then you can switch to work permit. There is no restriction. However, at the time of at the time when you claim asylum, if you don't have valid leave to remain, you can't switch to work permit now from asylum. So this is the key point of switching. Where you'll get this information? Well, firstly, when you claim asylum, Home Office provided some paperwork. In this paperwork itself, it stated that whether you claim asylum when you have valid leave to remain. More likely, a letter where you have photos and it's bail condition, bail conditionless. So this application, which is called bail, in this letter, first page on the first box, after your details, it say that you have claim asylum when you have valid leave to remain. If this is to be the case, you can switch to a work permit. However, if you just circumstance where your Section 3C leave has expired, you don't have valid leave to remain, and when you claim asylum, they didn't give you work permit, or they didn't provided you ARC, right to work, because your leave has expired, or you don't have valid leave, you can't switch. So briefly, this is the answer. So if you don't get still if it is not clear to you, what I'll advise you, get all the paperwork you received at the time of your first initial interview, go to a lawyer, and a lawyer will check, and then they will give you the information. I hope that cleared the answer. Viewers, again, this is a live. If you want to speak with me, please feel free to call me to the number appear on the screen, 02037879200. And if you want to make an appointment with me to see me face to face, please call to the number appear on the screen, on the top of the screen. A lot of question came in the Facebook live or YouTube. Let me take some question. Mr. Kwame Bonsu. Mr. Kwame Bonsu said, can somebody with private life leave to remain sponsor his wife from abroad to the UK on marriage visa? Mr. Kwame Bonsu, thank you for your question. Unfortunately, somebody can't sponsor his wife or children or husband to come to the UK until he or she got their ILR, indefinite leave to remain. So the reason is still you don't have permanent residence, therefore you can't take someone on your shoulder. So you need to wait to get the ILR, and then you will able to sponsor your wife and your children. Although you can apply under exceptional circumstance or human rights, there is no bar, but unfortunately, the law will not allow. So there is a possibility your application will be refused. Mark for salam, thank you, Mr. Mag for salam alaikum. Miss Fatiha Poli, very information session. Thank you. Very glad you were watching my program. And let me move on my private life discussion. Okay, so I was talking about private life grounds, and I was talking that if you have spent less than 20 years, and if you can establish, you will face significant obstacle on return of your home country, you will able to claim a leave to remain on the basis of private life. Now, what is significant obstacle? Significant obstacle is those obstacles which you can't overcome, and you don't need to stay actually any fixed time, unlike the 20 years or 14 years. I have dealt one case where a person, it was a visitor, Pakistani national, and the gentleman was only for 4 months in the UK, and his circumstance was an exceptional circumstance. So what happened, this gentleman came in the UK, and during COVID he stuck there. His wife and son was in Pakistan. They passed away, someone by cancer and COVID. He has children here who are doctors, very established business people. And his situation was no one in back home to look after him. He was around in his 70s. And that case was basically firstly refused by the Home Office, and then we appeal against the refusal, and we got the positive decision in Fast Track Tribunal. So in any case, you don't need to be 20 years if you will face a significant obstacle. But again, it depends on case to case. It depends on various circumstance and documentary evidence. So of course, you need to have a look with lawyers, so someone will advise you on this. A lot of comment coming from YouTube, but I'll try to give the answer. So you can talk with me, viewers, directly at the number up on the screen, and also you can leave your comment on Facebook or on YouTube. I'll try to give you answer as well. Now let me talk about firstly about Bangladesh. Okay, because many of our viewers also watching from Bangladeshi origin, and so Bangladesh Country Report published last month, 55 pages country report about the situation of Bangladesh, political stability, prosecution, all sort of things. So briefly, I'll tell what is this about it. Okay, so briefly, the country report is basically not a very good news those whose asylum is pending, especially those who claim asylum on previous government time during the Awami League, because currently Bangladesh is a more positive situation. So this is one side. Now many people are claiming asylum or thinking to claim asylum to be a Satra League or Awami League or a Student League, or affiliated organization of Awami League. Well, the country report is not actually give any hope that will help you, because it's basically say only the superior leader, minister, they are prosecuting, they are face prosecution, but not because of political motivated prosecution. They are facing prosecution. Prosecution is best. Let me example prosecution and prosecution. Prosecution is basically when someone been faced trial because of their activities, illegal activities. This is called prosecution. So the minister are facing prosecution, not prosecution. Prosecution is when someone face harassment, from the government or a non-state actor because of their political opinion, because of their race, because of their membership of any political party. But the government, currently the people of Awami League leader or Awami League or minister who are facing, they are not facing prosecution, they are facing prosecution because of their previous activities. So this is what I think I want to make sure is clear. So in that case, you can claim asylum. Why? Because Article 1 of Refugee Convention said is someone can claim asylum if someone has a fear of prosecution because of their race, religion, nationality, membership of any particular social group, political opinion. So this is the 5 grounds to claim prosecution, claim asylum. Okay, so if someone has a fear of prosecution because they will face trial, they will face judicial judiciary to do justice because of their past activities, illegal activities, you can't claim asylum. But if you face prosecution, you will face harassment from the judiciary, from the government, from non-state actor of the country, then you can claim asylum in the UK. So this is the 2 terms. But in Bangladesh, according to this country report, the Awami League or other affiliated organizations member, they are not facing prosecution. Therefore, there is no ground for asylum at this moment. It's not good news for the many people who are thinking asylum, but exactly what's going on in Bangladesh. People who are there, they know it. Okay. So anyway, I'll come this one. Let me take one from YouTube. What about inviting your wife to the UK on visit visa if you are on a private and family right to settlement? Right. As I said, there is no you can invite your wife or even with your children to come visit UK. Okay, there is no restriction. But if you want to apply for visit visa, what you need to establish to the caseworker is that your wife will return back to your home country before her visa expire. You need to satisfy the caseworker. Now, when the caseworker will satisfy, when your wife can establish that your wife has strong tie, strong bond with the country, strong social ties, strong economic tie, strong connection, family tie, these she has to establish. If can she establish, she will be granted visit visa, and then she can come to and see you and spend time. Okay, a lot of things we can discuss, but in the live we can't advise because time does not allow me to go that far. So this is what a brief. But what I'll suggest you, Mr. Bonso, if you if you are thinking to invite visit visa, then I will advise you to speak to a lawyer face to face and get advice what documentary evidence you require to submit to the Home Office to satisfy the decision maker that your wife or your partner has a strong tie with the country and she will return back. Bear in mind, the Home Office need to satisfy, otherwise this will damage your future visa application. Now, anyway, so this is the, let me take the Bangladesh County Policy and Information Note. This is a 55-page notes, but I'll do a live discussion in Bengali, so I have lots of viewers. More likely Thursday, 7 p.m. to discuss all the issues, because if I speak English, it's not relevant for many people about Bangladesh. Anyways, but what my understanding with the report that still many people has this report acknowledged that still many people like BMP or Jamaat Islam and their affiliated organization still has a fear. I'll tell you one positive things as well with the fear. If you still have, some people has a fear. I had a appeal. I think last month it has been decided in the first year tribunal, one of my Vietnamese client, and the Home Office able to establish and the court was satisfied that the claim of the appellant is not currently in Vietnam. He is safe to go. However, the applicant able to satisfy the tribunal that may be to be the case, but still I have fear. And court was satisfied that the appellant still has a fear of prosecution. Still has a fear of prosecution. This appellant believe, and appellant established the fact that I or he, I has a fear. And on that ground, the appeal was allowed. So if any leader of BNP or any their member of their affiliated organization can establish he or she has a fear, still, although Awami League is not in the power, but still he or she has the fear of prosecution because of he support Bangladesh Nationalist Party or their affiliated organization or Jamaat Islam, then still they can claim asylum. Okay, and then you can satisfy the decision maker. Home Office may refuse, but you can go to appeal. Independent judge will allow it. So still this is very important. Now, let me move on. Humanitarian grounds. Okay, asylum has a 5 grounds. I have already discussed. What if someone not within this group, he's not eligible for asylum, but he need protection. He is in a situation where he need protection, and this is what humanitarian protection grounds. Similar leave to remain like asylum. Asylum will get refugee status, and humanitarian claim you will get humanitarian protection. This is what about humanitarian protection. Human rights I have discussed about private and family life, and then I'll continue my discussion on immigration and the other legal update. For the final things, my name is Suhail Ahmed. I'm the principal solicitor at SWF Solicitor. We have office in London and Milton Keynes, and we have also provide advice remotely via video or Zoom meeting. So if you need any assistance, please feel free to contact us for face-to-face meeting or for Zoom meeting. If you don't live in Milton Keynes or London, around these places, contact us. We can arrange a video appointment or phone consultation. Speak to our colleague at the number appear on the bottom of the screen, which is 020-8090-4780, or you can text at 0755 722 6155. And finally, thank you very much, all of you who watch, share, and write comment on Facebook, YouTube. I'm very grateful for your time and support, and that's why I'm here today. Thank you. This is all for today.